chat.
Brandon, the completion percentage has dropped a little bit in the last 2 weeks. Is that something you focus on? Do you worry about it much? Do you have a number that like 65% or whatever that you're working towards?
I wouldn't really say it's something I worry about as long as we're winning games, but the goal is definitely, at minimum 65. My goal every game is 70. But yeah, these past 2 weeks, definitely not the best games completion percentage wise, so we got to find a way to get that back up.
I would ask Evan the same thing. Are you looking for like a long time consuming drive just to get back to the way it was? After the frustration of watching the other team on the field, why you couldn't get on it?
I don't really know if we're ever looking for, a long drive or anything. I think we're just trying to score whatever that's, 1 play drive or 15 play drive. We just want to score touchdowns. So I know the defense feels the same way. They don't care, if we're out there for 1 play and we score, or if we're out there for 15 plays. It doesn't matter. They just want us to put points on the board. We want to put points on the board, and if we're doing that, everybody will be good with however many plays that is.
When the offense is struggling and you're trying to find rhythm, in your opinion, what specific kind of play helps you get into that? Is it a 67-yard Royer? Is it back-to-back first downs? What helps you get into that rhythm?
I don't know, because the 67-yard Royer, I don't know if that gets you necessarily a rhythm. It's just a big spark for the offense. Definitely a spark that we needed, and then got tripped on an inside zone on the goal line, and then kind of shot ourselves in the foot there. So definitely just getting the first down is the most important thing for us. I think whenever we do that, we're really good, and we usually find a way to put points on the board when we do that. So our mentality is just go get that first down and keep the chains moving.
Brendan, you've been here for a little over a year and a half now. Obviously, Jim Kelly was a guy you probably got to know really well over that time span. Walk us through what he meant by into your training here, and if you have any favorite moments of him with your time here, just share those as well.
Yeah, so obviously everybody in this program knows how much he meant to this program, just how big of a Bearcat he was. I did not get to interact with him, as much as I would have liked to. Just schedules and everything just didn't get to align, but the few times that I did, he was an awesome guy. He spoke very highly of this place, and he was just an all-around Bearcat. He'll be very deeply missed by this program and organization for sure.
Brendan, just one turn for you through 6 games. You only played 1 true road game, but given your ability to take care of the football this season, how much pride do you and Coach Satterfield take in that, knowing that you're not giving teams extra possessions, you're taking care of the football, allowing you guys offensively to do what you want to do?
The football is pretty much everybody in this organization's life, so you got to take care of it. It's how you win football games. Usually, if you win the turnover margin, the turnover battle throughout the game, you're gonna have a good chance to win it. And I think us taking care of the ball has been a huge reason for our success. So we just got to continue to do that.
Kind of going off that, do you hate throwing the ball away?
Yeah, that's terrible for the completion percentage, but you have to do that. It's bad for the completion percentage, but like I said, you just got to know when to eat it and when to move on. And we do have some very explosive, players on our offense that allow us to be able to live another down and, go pick up big chunk plays. So, it sucks to throw the ball away, but sometimes you got to do it.
Did your mind flash to West Virginia last year when you think you hate throwing the ball away? Like, no, that's
Yeah, no, definitely, that's just like last year, learning experiences like that. Just knowing whenever, you're not going to pick up every 4th down, you're not going to pick up every 3rd down. And now, we've got a really good punter and special teams unit. Defense is playing really well, and we're able to sustain long drives and put points on the board. So we just got to trust ourselves to pick it up next drive and trust our defense and special teams to get us out of specific situations.
How much easier is that rhythm when Evan and Tommy are churning out yards? You can see it against Iowa State when they were really going. Like, it felt like you guys jumped on it quick. Central Florida did a good job kind of limiting their production, and I felt like maybe the offense suffered a little bit finding that rhythm because of it.
Yeah, especially on our 3-and-outs and stuff like that. We pick up a big chunk play, and then we go backwards, and then we get stopped on 3rd down. So we just got to find a way to get that first down, whether that's Evan me throwing the ball, whatever it may be. But whenever we have both the run and pass game going, we're really tough to stop. So we got to find a way to have both of them going this Saturday.
You were at 5 wins last year with a bunch to play. You're at 5 wins this year with 6 to play. Why is this team different? How can it move forward?
Just the culture, that we've established. Everybody understands our goal is to, be in Dallas at the end of the year. Our goal isn't just to make it to a bowl game. So, the message is still the same. Go 1-0 this week, and just find a way to get better.
Oh, Chad?
How much have you heard from Cyrus this week that he only got 1 catch?
He was letting me have it during the game a little bit, and then I had to remind him, that we only had 12 completions just as Cyrus, you think I want to have 12 completions? That's what I told him. So he understood. I give him a hard time. We go back and forth all the time. Obviously, he's a really good player, so he wants the ball. We'll find a way to get our playmakers the ball just throughout the rest of the year because whenever they're making plays, we're at our best.
Is it a challenge with so many guys playing, like Jeff's playing at a high level, Isaiah, Noah, Royer, Cyrus? Is it a challenge for you to feed, all the mouths fed?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely good tough to. Yeah, it's a great problem to have. You want to have that problem, versus who are we going to throw the ball to? We have a ton of talented guys. We got a ton of talented running backs and guys that can run the ball too. So it's tough. Obviously, not everybody's going to eat every single game, but we just got to keep everybody on the same page and know that if we just keep this thing rolling, everybody's eventually going to eat, and we're all going to succeed in the end. So as a team, we all know what we want to achieve, and what we're doing right now is moving in the right direction with that.
And on the first touchdown to Jeff on Saturday, walk us through that play. Obviously, they send the linebacker over the blitz. You just have to stand in there and give Jeff a little bit more time to put some air on that ball. And walk us through what that play kind of was like, and then for Jeff to kind of say, "Hey, shout out Central Florida for you."
Yeah, he's a character for sure. I saw a video of him saying that he was a bird watcher, come back up. So I'm like, okay, this guy is a character. So. He's a really talented wideout. I knew that there was a chance that he was going to take a deep. Really just wanted to see what he was going to do, and then just standing there and take a little bit of a hit. O-line did a good job protecting all day. Another game with no sacks. So, shout out to those guys, and then shout out to Jeff for being fast and being able to go track a deep ball down, and it was a big time touchdown.
2 good plays to Joe, then he stumbled, then he got caught. Who's in charge of making sure Pete's or shoelaces are tight?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a Joe problem, honestly. I don't know if there's too many other people that can help him with that one. So we'll get his shoes tied and make sure he's all good, and we'll move on.
You've shown good anticipation a lot so far this season. On the throw to Jeff, were you reading the safety being flat-footed? Because it looked like before he was even past him, you had already let the ball go.
Yeah, and you can kind of tell by Jeff's body language too. Obviously, I knew I had to get rid of the ball. And then I had a good feeling what Jeff was going to do, and then, I had to let it go, so I was hoping that he was going to do that, and we had kind of talked about it throughout the week. If their safeties were flat, that we'd have a chance to hit that. So, he did a good job reading it, and just put it up, and he did the rest.
So a big part of it was just you saw the rusher, and you had to throw it somewhere, so you could take a shot.
I had a good plan, and then he came, which sped up my plan, and I was hoping that Jeff was on the same page, and it ended up working out.
Speaking of Jeff Brendan, obviously 6'5", 220-pound frame for Jeff. Obviously, a back fade touchdown there. Knowing with his frame, his skill set, obviously he called it a 90-10 ball. I mean, feels like we can go up and get it anytime. Walk through how it's like to have confidence between guys like Jeff, guys like Cyrus, to have that confidence to say, "Hey, I can go get it anytime."
Yeah, the biggest thing is confidence whenever you're out there. If you don't believe in yourself to be able to go make a play, more than likely you're probably not going to make it. So especially from the wideout position, you got to be confident. Which our guys are. Our guys want the ball, and they want to be the one to make the play in the big situation. So it's just my job to go out there and make sure they have a chance to make the play.
Cool. Any other questions? Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, man.